Hi, everybody.
Hey everybody, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me, Banshee, for yet another wet hair show.
And shadow makes three.
You can all take bets in the chat on how far along my hair will be dry by the end of the show.
Maybe we don't care that much.
Okay. I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
All right.
Just a late start today.
So welcome, everybody.
Oh, did I miss Peacock Rainbow on the list?
I guess you did.
All right, Mr. M. Siama.
And so, of course, it's our good friend Mama Teresa's birthday today, I believe. And whether or not she's here, we are doing her birthday reading first before we do the regular readings. And, of course, before the birthday reading, Banshee will be doing her regular card for the collective.
So just remember, everybody, we know sometimes we take a while to get to you, but if you leave your question with Violet, we'll be able to do it in the order on the list, and you'll get your cards read.
It's really helpful because then we don't, waste time, waiting for you to come back. And in fact, if we wait too long, we end up putting you at the bottom of the list, and that doesn't guarantee you a reading at all, time permitting.
Shadows disappeared again, sadly,
Yes.
but made an appearance at least.
Oh, Anthony wants to take the bet.
Oh.
Oh, look
Well,
at that.
I'll tell you, it'll still be damp somewhere.
Thank you, Mr. Maurice, for
I
your
will
donation.
just say that. This hair, even when she thins it for me, and it's already grown out a bit, takes forever to dry. All right. Well.
Thank you, Mr. Maurice.
Oh, thank you, Mr. M. Thank you
Yes.
so much. Okay. Hey.
It will take 1 hour. Did you see that?
It would take an hour for my
1
hair?
hour, yes.
Oh, no. You have no idea. It could take more. That's all I'm going to say. And it has. And imagine when I had this hair down to my butt, because I've done that several times, as Mr. O knows. And I mean, I guess I could still feel it damp all day long because I get really thick up here. It's not showing right now, but that's part of it.
The only person I know who possibly outranks her was my mother. She had incredibly thick hair, and sometimes she let it get longer too, never that long. But our story was that when she went to the beauty shop, the beauty parlor, they would take a bet, and whoever lost the bet was the ones that had to dry her hair, and she could spend hours under the old hair dryers, and it would never quite get dry enough.
It just I only want to say I absorb it like a sponge. A very wet sponge.
All right, so let's get the card for the day going.
Yes,
and then we
let's
can do
go.
Mama
It's
Teresa's
the season
birthday.
of which in bulk. One more time, I do not have an Ostara one. It hasn't been created yet. I'm sure it'll come out someday, maybe for next year. So we'll have a break from this type of deck till Beltane. There's a Beltane one. All right. Well, Mr. O, why don't you draw one at random for us today? They're read up right.
Bloodstone.
What is it?
Bloodstone, number 9.
Bloodstone. Oh, I just went right to it. And number
Funny.
9's my number as well. So,
Funny how that
Bloodstone. And I do like Bloodstones. I have a very cool one I've had for many years. So the keywords for Bloodstone is make a decision, courage, and follow your heart. Closing your eyes to the truths of reality will only connect you with the illusions you have created. Bloodstone is known to facilitate courage in the wearer, guiding them to follow their heart and make their own way. Bloodstone will appear in your reading when it's time to make a decision. You may feel as though there are two different paths, so perhaps even several paths to choose from. But deep down, your soul has already made the decision and is waiting for your ego to catch up. Receiving this card suggests there's a battle between your heart and mind, that the rational path is trying to steer you towards the more reasonable or safer option, but your heart doesn't share the same limitations. The path you'd really like to take may be harder, but nothing worth doing is the easy way to go. This card guides you to avoid the safety of crowds, cliches, and herd mentality, which will not fulfill the desire that is within your heart. Wow, don't just follow the crowd. Don't just take the safe approach. I mean, sometimes, absolutely, it's warranted. And sometimes I tell Pat when I see it in the cards, but this is suggesting, maybe taking a path that's a little bit more, leaves you more open and vulnerable might be the way to go.
Right, sometimes you have to trust.
Yes, indeed. So we have for the collective. Good luck with that.
All right.
Now we're on to Mama T's birthday reading. Happy birthday to Mama T. I don't know if she's here, but we are doing it today for her, so she'll know it's here.
Do you see Victoria's question right there?
Oh, yeah. I wish I could go. I keep telling Mr. O we need to go.
And then you don't do anything to do it.
Well, no. It's true. It's true. Well, anyway, hopefully we'll go. I would love to go. I would love to go. And hopefully my health will be cooperative by that point. So we'll see how it goes. At any rate, for Mama T, I just want to say, oh, hi, Magic. Hi, SP. I'll get you on the list.
Hi
We're
there,
doing
guys.
a birthday reading today, so buckle your seatbelts for Mama T. And the first question will be the gift you received last year that you can use to make the most out of this year. Focus on that, Mr.
Oh, I don't
O.
get to
Oh, you
shuffle?
may shuffle. Yeah, you may shuffle.
Alrighty. So once again, the first card is the gift Mama T received last year that they can use to make the most of this year.
Well, it's justice. You may not feel this is true, Mama T, maybe. I don't know. But I got a sense here of, sometimes we get what we put out there. And so maybe that could be good, that could be bad. Justice is a double-edged sword after all. So even upright, I have to say, there are consequences for our actions. There are consequences for our inactions. And so, one way or another, everything balances out. And even though, things may seem like they're not balanced out right now, if that's the case, you can use the lesson from last year to try to right those scales once more. Do you see what I'm getting at there?
I see that. I'm not sure if my direction's going that way.
All right.
I think it's possible that the gift from last year is that there was a lesson to be learned about something, some sense of being able to be fair or expect, let alone demand, or have to be involved in somebody's accountability towards something. And so if you have possibly forgotten that, you may need that at this time or going forward in this year to understand that principle of fairness, equal play, and paying what's due when it's due. Card 2.
Card 2.
Hi, Angel Rivera.
Hey, Angel Rivera. Card 2 is the
Gift of the present moment.
The gift of the present moment. Wow, well, I like this, and I truly hope this is true. It's the Nine of Swords reversed. It's as if something is going to be, the present moment is going to find you being less anxious and maybe more proactive now that you know some of your worst fears are not going to materialize or really weren't as bad as they may have seemed.
I like that. I think this idea is pretty valid here. The idea that maybe you have seen or been able to withstand the worst of what, was bumming you, the anxieties, the actual problems, and that, to some degree, you will realize you have turned the corner and that you're moving towards, some relatively more peaceful time where healing or growth can occur.
I like that. The gift of your connection with others in the next year. Well, okay. Others may not be.
It's the Ten of Wands.
Well, I could look at this two ways, actually. On some level, there may be some others in your life that may not be very helpful to you. They may expect you to shoulder what you would feel are more burdens than you are capable of. But on the other hand, I could also see this as being you reaching out to others, when you really need support and trying. And I would recommend doing that, always err on that side of things, but recognize that you may find out who your friends are and who, or your supportive family are, and who they aren't during this next year.
Please.
Well, you laid them down flat today, so I don't know what to tell you.
You're right. It's my fault.
Go on.
Okay, so once again, the gift of your connections maybe is that people can keep you busy. And that maybe, these are favors or obligations that you give willingly, despite, the nature of the card. You see it as a gift to be able to help others. Wait, that does sound like you, Mama T. To take on some problems of other people and to try to resolve them. So I think that's valid.
Aw. So what's the next one, Mr. O?
Card 4, the gift that will help you work on, achieve, or move forward in your dreams and goals.
I knew what that was. But it's reversed.
It's the Five of Pentacles.
Yes, it's got no back on that card. It was a printer error. I never had it returned, but it's not a big deal. They shuffle normally. So the Five of Pentacles reversed. That's interesting here. What was this again? The position? Oh, will help you achieve your goals, ambitions, and dreams. Finding your fit. Finding what fits you right now. Finding your place. Whether it's in a community of like-minded people, whether it's finding a customer base, say, for your products. I know you like to sell, and you've liked to sell and wrap jewelry. So, gemstones. So whatever the case may be here, to aspire, you need to connect. Find your connection and find where you belong out there. And not only that, another thing that might help you is getting help and advice once again. Maybe getting support from somewhere. If there are free training classes on something, if there is free webinars on something, maybe, related to Rick's Healthcare, for example, or something like that.
I like the idea of this card saying that, maybe you're able to find the key that you need to really go where you need to go. And that maybe this just reflects on the fact that up until now, maybe you haven't, been able to figure out where that is, where you belong, or where you can go regardless. Sometimes you can go anywhere, but you still may feel like, queasy about whether or not, it's going to work out for you. This, I think, suggests really that knowing where you can go and how you can go, how you turn the key, is important to achieving your goals and dreams. Hello, baby. You're looking at me so sweetly as you shed hair everywhere that will make my nose itch. Oh, I love you, baby.
All right, go on.
Okay, so then now we're on card 5, the gift from your spirit guides or ancestors or ancestors. What do they want you to know or keep in mind for the coming year? And it's another 5, but it's the upright 5 of Cups. So it may be saying, that sometimes you have to understand there are disappointments in life, and no one really gets a perfect life. Okay, maybe some do, but they're not watching this show, so I don't know who they are, really. This is saying you have to always appreciate that you still have something despite what harshness happens. Your ancestors are saying they would never give you a burden harder than you can bear. That's a maxim that kind of translates across certain faith traditions, that Sometimes these things are challenges for you to make you understand that sometimes we do have to accept we can't have it all.
I know you've had some issues with family members who may have passed on, who are now in your ancestral lineage. We all have bad apples in the tree there. And so maybe sometimes you feel there are no allies for you out there. But with the Five of Cups upright, there are. You either have some spirit allies. There's always two cups upright, which is saying you have to dig a little deeper sometime. Know that there are people in the spirit realm who do have your back when times are tough, when you're facing disappointing situation or sorrows. And so, do not be afraid to call on, those ancestors and specifying, you want to speak to those ancestors and allies that are there for your greater good and that, want to see you through the tough times.
Hi, Violet Ann.
Hey, Violet Ann. Wow, good to see you.
Whoops, we didn't get the last card yet. Don't remove them too quickly.
I didn't, did I?
No, I started to pull
Oh.
the cards. I said, wait, I didn't do the last card. So bad me. Okay, so card 6, Mama T. The gift the year ultimately gives to you. What lessons have you learned, or what progress or growth will you achieve by this year's end? And that's, of course, your next birthday.
It's the Page of Wands. What a nice card. I think to end with, because you're ending with a new beginning in a way, or some really
Yeah,
good
that's
news.
true.
But I feel that more, because this is more of an overall thing, what gift you will receive from this entire year, this whole year from your birthday moving forward, is, the potential here to start over, a new beginning. This year holds a lot of promise for you. That's what I see.
This year sort of says expect the idea that others will be trying to communicate, seek you, and maybe engage you in something that's new and profitable or growthful. It's the Page of Wands. It's a letter. It's about opportunities. It's basically good news. And so that's what the year holds for you, is maybe opportunities. And I noticed Cool Preek has joined us. Hey,
Yeah.
How's it going?
And somebody must have left us, right? Because I don't see Peacock Rainbow on the list anymore. And I don't see
know.
her in the chat either. So.
Well, maybe Violet Lois forgot to put her in.
Well, but I think she's gone. So I acknowledged Peacock earlier briefly.
Can you tell us
She
Flower
might have
Beauty
just
Peacock
disappeared.
Rainbow? There she is.
Oh, there she's. I'm sorry. Flower Beauty is Peacock Rainbow. Whoopsie. I can't keep up with the names. I'm sorry.
And who didn't want more coffee? Well, maybe that would have helped. I don't know.
No, it wouldn't have helped, I think. So, awesome reading, Mama T. I think there's a lot of positive energy here for you to build on for this year ahead. And remember that you can always come back and review this reading anytime during the year, to see how things are progressing.
And it was today, February 4th, your birthday. I believe
Yeah.
today is your birthday. So happy
So
birthday!
happy birthday to you.
All right.
All right. Have a good one. I hope you are busy having fun.
Hope so.
All right, so who is up first? It's Estelle. Hi, Estelle.
Hi, Estelle.
No, I didn't think you would have, Violet. I just thought maybe they left the chat and were, or like Angel, they're not here for a reading,
Okay, so I got my deck, and I'm going to use the Modern Love Tarot. And by the way, this is February, so that's Super Tarot Love Month. And of course, we don't have a full itinerary of things planned for it. We're just going to kind of shake it as we move along. But here we are, and Estelle has asked, what qualities and what did my ex like about me, and what didn't they like? You know my ex's name.
Yes.
I want to know what qualities I need to work on in the next relationship. So I'm going to just ask that in that way then,
All right, that's a good question, Estelle. Do you want to do 2 and 2? What qualities
Okay,
were
yeah.
liked and what qualities
Sure.
weren't liked? And I will get... Well, I think I'm just going to do one Lenormand on this one.
Okay.
So it'll be like the overall what,
A gestalt.
Yeah, a gestalt. There.
Yeah.
Mr. O.
One of my favorite words lately.
Oh, I got the placard out for this deck. How'd I do that? I always thought I kept that in here, so I wouldn't do that. Oh, that's why I don't do that. Okay. Okay, you got white cards.
All right. So as I understand the question, what qualities and what did your ex like and what didn't they like?
Right, 2 and 2.
Two, okay.
Like, didn't like. Simple.
So there's card 1 for liked, and it's the King of Wands, upright. And there's card for dislike, and it's the World. And then again, it's Queen of Cups, upright. A lot of court cards.
Mm-hmm.
And then for disliked, it's reversed Four of Swords. So those are interesting, perhaps.
Well, this is really odd, Sal, and I'm not sure it's going to totally help you here. I personally think there was a lot of qualities that your former partner liked about you, and they thought you were rather empowered, while at the same time very loving. Like you were a strong person, you know, you had a lot of character as well, and you were very loving and, you know, emotionally supportive. I mean, I think that the emotional support, the emotional love is really a positive quality that you showed. And well, do you want to add? Why don't
A passionate strength.
Passionate strength. I like that. And so there was some very good stuff there. And I wanted to, I'm not, the Lenormand is for both. So I wanted to say that with the other side, I'm not picking up a clear picture here. My personal feeling, Mr. O might go in depth here, but my personal feeling when I saw this was they just felt they were looking for something else in life. They wanted to move on and not, how do I want to say this? Not make this their happy ever after. They just wanted to move on. And the reason I'm saying that too is because of the Four of Swords reversed.
Well, the Four of Swords certainly could be a card of somebody who maybe is moving on, who is recovering from a situation or somehow moving past the situation. And I can kind of get that. But when I look at the World and I see this as a dislike, maybe they felt that in a way you were too perfect for them, that you didn't really need them. And, you know, so therefore they felt they wanted to move away. And so that's not really a bad quality to dislike, but that's what they may have disliked about you. And I know from some of your past questions, there were other provocateurs who were involved in your relationship, possibly influencing that other person whose name we aren't mentioning.
I forgot what I was going to say.
I'm sorry.
No, I shouldn't have interrupted you, but I would say to you this, Estelle, it's not something that you need to change, you know?
Right.
Now, you got to remember one thing here, and that is that, you know, just because somebody decides to leave you does not mean you had any bad qualities that will carry over into a new relationship. And for some reason, that's what I'm feeling here. I almost feel like you were really good in this relationship. The fact that it broke up was not because of any inherent faults of yours. You know, if perhaps this person was swayed by somebody else's personality or somebody else's character, it's no reflection on you. And I don't know why, but I'm picking that up with the cards, and the reason I am is because these are so darn positive.
Exactly.
So let me just see what it says here. That's going to be interesting.
It's the Mountain and the Letter. So what do you think?
I know. I'm trying to figure this out. I would say, you know, sometimes the Lenormand works for some of these questions and sometimes it does not. I would say here that maybe the Letter, being that it's about communication, and the Mountain is that, you know, maybe what you need to do, the obstacle here for you moving forward is thinking that you have to, is that you are communicating, you know, the fact that you might feel less than what you are because of the loss in this relationship, because your ex chose to move on. And so the obstacle or hurdle that you have to overcome here is not so much a character flaw or maybe something that your partner didn't inherently like about you, but you and the way you communicate that going forward. You know, the way you communicate how you've taken this loss in this relationship to heart. In other words, if you're making it feel like it's making you less than this, because this is who you are. You are a very loving person who's nurturing and caring and emotional and a strong personality.
Well,
And I wouldn't change a thing.
if what they disliked about you was the fact that maybe they didn't need you, you didn't need them as much as they needed you, that you were more perfect to them in some respects, then this could also be saying too that, you know, they didn't, there I go with that, you know, that the perception about difficulties as a way of communication, I can't quite articulate that, but you are the person who maybe sees yourself, like Banshee says, as smaller. You view all of this as a difficulty, and you don't need to communicate that. You need to maybe consider that other possibility that really you didn't need that situation in some respects.
Well, so and I would say this: if I really love doing this reading for you this way, but and it could have turned out completely differently. I mean, depending on what cards I drew here, might have taken me in a completely different direction, and I could have pointed out some character flaws. But I'm not seeing it. I am just not seeing it.
No, not really.
So you can take that to the bank, Asal. Good luck with that.
Good luck. Thanks for coming.
I mean, if I saw something bad there, I would have pointed it out to you. But that, to me, was not reflective on your character.
We're blunt enough.
Yeah. We can be blunt when we have to be.
All right, so thank you.
All right.
And it looks like Flower Beauty is up.
Hi, Flower Beauty, Peacock,
welcome.
Rainbow.
You're welcome, Estelle. What are his thoughts and intentions towards me?
You're welcome, Asal.
I get those.
I know. I do know.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Start with the dragons, especially us Aries. Yes, absolutely, Violet. Is my hair dry yet? No. Thankfully, the weather is warmer. The sun is shining. Yay. Hey, Anthony, my gosh, how are things going there in California? What's going on with that? What do they call it? Pineapple Express.
No one is more brutally honest than Scorpio, though. Unfortunately,
I don't know
they
if
may be
they
honest
can
just
be
to
brutal.
themselves.
It's the honest part.
It's how we see it. You just wouldn't understand.
They can absolutely be brutal.
I'll sing.
I see you didn't put my singing video out there.
I didn't get to it yet. I'll try. I had a lot to do.
It's okay. Really, it is.
I had a lot to do.
All right. Well, then speaking of brutally honest, let's see. So what is coming up here? What is the question? Spirit wants to know... wait, what is it? What is it?
What are his thoughts and intentions towards me?
Oh, gosh.
And it's the reverse Two of Cups.
I was afraid of that. And it was also the reversed another two of Pentacles.
And it's the reverse Two of Pentacles.
And then we've got this is so weird, the Three of Cups.
And then the
Upright.
upright Three of Cups. So what do you make of that? Do you want to see these?
Yes.
Yeah. The lilies and the bear.
Were they...
Was there a relationship or a sensible relationship?
Well, yeah.
Because
so,
the Two of Cups reversed could indicate somebody who doesn't feel they harmonize or feel they're exactly aligned, in various issues with a partner.
Well, it's weird here because I've got the Two of Cups reversed, I've got the Three of Cups upright, and, I can't help but think of a third party here. So my question would be, was
You
this
just
person...
started dating this guy. Okay.
Just started dating this guy. Well, I would say this. I would say that maybe it's possible they've recently come out of a broken relationship. Maybe they're not talking about it, or maybe they have told you about it. I'm hoping that's it. The only other thing I can think of here is there is somebody else potentially here. I think that, and maybe that's just it. They're trying to break free from this. It seems like there's a little bit of chaos going on in their feelings right now. They need, and it might be, like I said, because they've just gone through something, so hopefully it's not a rebound kind of situation. I think that maybe they're interested in having some good times for now. They're interested in maybe getting to know you better. There may be more power in seeing how this goes over time. There may be more success for you to kind of take it slow, and just see how things may develop with this. I'm not getting total red flags here, but starting off with the Two of Cups was kind of alarming to me. Like either you guys might maybe not find enough compatibilities with each other, or maybe that he will, since you're asking what the intentions are towards you. So I can't rule that out either. What do you think?
Well, you do say you just started dating
Yeah.
them. So I am wondering if maybe it's almost too early to tell. And that's why we have the lilies, because the lilies talks about things growing, evolving. So maybe this could be saying it's too early to tell, that maybe they're not sure they feel the resonance or harmony yet. But maybe they sort of feel there's a whirlwind around your situation. Maybe they feel there's an anti element there that intrigues them if they're like driven towards, sort of some sense of extremes. If they live on the edge, they thrive on chaos, quote unquote. But I agree with Banshee. I sort of feel like, they're not really red flag person. They're ultimately are probably about good times or something. And just a flash that may or may not be true, but I wonder if you met them through a friend or at some social gathering, so that gives me the slight idea that maybe they're sort of disembarking from another relationship, which could attribute to the chaos phase or that. Yeah. But I like the Lenormands here because I think that it is still, like I said, an evolving situation, and that mostly you hold the cards here if you just remain strengthful enough to, have your own boundaries there.
Wow. So good luck with that. An interesting reading for sure.
Oh, stop it, Victoria.
What is Victoria saying? She looking for mice? Oh, date. What's a date? Well, I wouldn't know. Have you taken me on a date recently? Are you going to take me to the movie that's bombed at the box office that I want to see?
The second one?
What do you mean the second one? Did they both bomb?
I don't think it's driving any box office records. But that doesn't mean it's not a good movie. Doesn't mean that it is.
Oh, well.
All
okay.
Right.
That's what we have for you. Good luck with that.
Good luck. And I noticed that Preeti joined us.
Yep.
Hey, Preeti.
We are on Lena. Question
Lena.
is a love reading. Okay, will Mims propose to me this year?
Okay,
Does he
well,
think he loves me? All right, well, let's
therefore,
see.
I
Some
will
of this
use
should come out.
the Final Rose Tarot. It's
I want
like
to go see Argyle. I think it looks fun. It just looks fun. But the other movie I wanted to see was Pretty Things. And
Poor Things.
Poor Things. Not Pretty Things.
Pretty
But-
Things was a TV
Yeah,
show that was a guilty pleasure of mine. No, Pretty Little Liars. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Pretty Little Liars. Whoops.
Oh, well. Sometimes I just like to go to a fun movie, and it just looked fun. And I don't know why it's not doing well.
Who knows? All right. So this was a spirit love reading. Love reading. Will Mims propose to me this year? Okay, so if we have to, we'll do a yes or no, but let's see what it says. Card number 1.
Wonka. Nah, not that into the Wonka movie.
Oh, that's a TV show, actually. The Knight of Roses, so that's the Knight of Wands, and it says the front runner. The reversed 10 of Pentacles. Oh, wait, that's swords. I'm sorry. The reversed 10 of Swords. That's why it's cut. And then the reversed 5 of Pentacles. Am I right? I'm sorry. Here's the Pentacles. No, the rings
They're
are
rings.
Pentacles.
Rings should be Pentacles.
This is Swords.
Yeah.
Did I say that already?
Yeah, you did.
I'm sorry.
I know mirrors are swords because they're sharp when they're broken. I think that's the idea why they use the mirrors.
I'm not sharp when I'm broken.
Roses are wands, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And so that is rings, and that's got to be pentacles. They're
Yes.
not cups, right?
Right, the cups are,
Cups, I think. Or goblets, I forget.
I don't remember, flutes.
Oh, flutes.
Because
I
a
knew
flute
they
is a
were.
kind of cup.
Yeah.
Already. Boy. So, lady and house. Okay, well, gee, does this tarot reading read itself? What?
The Five of Pentacles, hey, is that what that is? We said 5 of rings?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Reversed.
All right, yeah. I'm seeing something here. I feel
Ten of
that they
Swords
want to get
reversed.
moving on something, Lena, with you. They want to maybe take this to another level, potentially. The Knight of Roses wants to move things along, I feel. I feel like maybe they feel like they're in a better, more solid position to potentially do this. There's a lot about healing here in a way, though, or moving on. Maybe they're ready to move to this next level. I think somehow I'm feeling that. And it might be because they now feel like they belong with you, you know, that they're feeling a more attachment.
They've turned the corner in certain respects from maybe what they may have been feeling before. And I'm wondering if they felt really like in some ways their hearts were broken or that something was wrong. And now they've re-achieved a better perspective of understanding that. Like something just sort of kind of made sense, like that what they may have been fighting against was the wrong thing. And maybe that was a sense of being contained by being, in a marriage or something like that. So I'm wondering, I'm thinking this is a good reading that maybe says it is more likely, yes, that this could happen for you, Lena.
Okay.
Now, we didn't cover those yet.
No.
And those are kind of like what we said.
Well, I feel like there's a comfort level forming here. They're feeling very comfortable with you. So I feel like, there could be some more security or support coming in this relationship. I think it's possible. I definitely think it's highly possible it could happen this year.
Yeah, I think so
Wish you
too.
luck.
I mean,
it may not be right away. But I think I think you're gonna feel better as the year goes on.
All right.
More comfortable that it's moving that way.
So I noticed that Diksha Mishra has joined us, and of course you can ask a question. Violet's going to take that down from you if you leave it. We have a long list, so we won't be getting to you for a while. So just letting you know that having your question means we will get to it at some point. You may have to come back later or wait till later before we get to that question.
Okay, Libra wants to know what's coming towards her. I'm going to use the
And that's your reading, right?
Pulp Fiction Tarot. Yep. Or the Pulp Tarot.
So earlier today was Banshee's Material Matters. It was a really great show. She has a new format where she actually does the reading for every sign of the zodiac separately, but you can also use this for your moon signs or your rising signs too. So it's a very versatile reading, and if you have seen it, let us know if you like the format. We think it's pretty good though.
Well, what's coming towards you is the King of Wands reversed.
A misapplication of energy. Maybe somebody isn't able to follow through on a promise of some sort. The sense of maybe counting on chutzpah, bravery, charisma to save the day, but maybe it's not enough for some reason. So an adventure and that kind of idea that it doesn't represent a total failure, but maybe sort of like non-progress in plans or goals.
Well, what's coming towards you is this is either with you, Libra, or somebody else. I have the feeling here is going to be kind of trying to push their weight around a little bit, maybe they just don't feel, they're unhappy because they're not getting their way. They want things to go a certain way and they want things to move at a certain speed and it's not happening. This could be a workplace thing, but this could be something too with, family, friends. I know. He's catching me on the you-knows because I've been saying too much, and I know
she
that.
She wants me to remind her, even if it creates the no bickering zone.
I'm not going to bicker about it.
All right.
But at any rate, this is also just saying maybe what's coming towards you too is this is a time for you not to be too assertive, too forceful with your approach to things. Why is this important? It's the lovers. The lovers.
Oh, I love this. This is so cool.
That hasn't come up too much, I think, in this deck. So, why is this important? Because it could affect your relationships. I think it could affect your your relationship. So in other words, even if this is a workplace issue, hey, we got to work with these people every day, so you have to get along. I caught myself. You have to get along, have to find a way to tone them down or tone yourself down, do things that will smooth over the situation as opposed to antagonizing and making things worse.
It's important because it is about the approach you use in the situation and the idea that you could probably accomplish this in either respect, a harsher, tougher love thing, or maybe something that's a little bit more understanding. But you would probably rather do the latter because it'll just end up better that way. Just you would have to, of course, trust that idea that this may be a situation where it'll pay off in the long run to be nicer.
And so where are things heading? Ooh.
It may
Some
be
drama
something
here.
It may be something that, you might not be able to affect for the better regardless.
Well, that's where things are heading because of the first card.
Yeah.
Okay? So if this situation, whether it's you or another person, can respond with more maturity, can respond with more tact, and not just act without thinking, speak without choosing appropriate words, and not making things more confrontational, this could lead to heartache. That's just the bottom line. I'm not saying it has to go that way, but that's where things are headed if this person doesn't change their attitude.
So this may be the opposite, like if it does change, because you have the coffin in the Lenormand and the clouds. And so I guess that's saying that maybe things that are depressing or confusing, problematic in that regard, could end. No, that's not what it's saying. Okay, sorry. Whoops.
Confusion could come to an end. I really see that in a way.
Okay.
But in a way, I also see that, Libra, I'm not really sure how this is going to end. I almost think this is uncertainty about how this is going to end. Because it really depends on how the people involved in this situation behave with one another. And so I'm saying there's confusion and uncertainty as to how this is going to end. It just hit me, so I'm going with that.
Okay,
I see what you're saying, though, absolutely.
Sure.
That's why I said, I do see that, but yeah.
Well, it's interesting, that's for sure.
Good luck with that, Libra.
All right. And Anthony wants a general reading for the week ahead.
Okay. Isn't that a fun deck?
Yes, I do
may
like
use it
that
a little
deck
more
a lot.
today. I think I'm going to bring out less decks so I can rotate through them more during the show.
I'm going to use my Barbieri deck. General reading for the week ahead.
What did I do with that box? Gosh, I brought out a deck and I forgot the name of it. It's been a while since I used it. A ginormous card deck here. I don't know if I'm going to use it or not. Anyway, let me grab that.
Okay, general reading for the week ahead.
Let's see what's going on.
So, our first card, Anthony, is the Seven of Swords, upright. It's a pretty card. And second one is the Ace of Wands, and that's also upright. Okay, and then the final one is upright. I love it when they're upright. And it's the Five of Wands upright.
Ooh.
So there's a lot of energy here in certain respects.
Don't read those yet. Let me get the Lenormand on this. I had an idea at first until that 5 came out. And
but I'm seeing it in a lighter stage of what the meaning normally could be too. So we also have Lenormand's Tower and Lenormand's Whip.
Well, this could be a work matter, now that I'm seeing that. I was going to go another way with your personal life, but, I'm not sure now. So, I think this is the big card here, clearly. I think, to me anyway, it's the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands is saying that there's some new beginning or some new goal or project or good news that's coming to you this week, and it's very positive. It seems like it may be work related. I'm thinking because of the Lenormand. Also, if you're thinking about, or if you have been applying for jobs or thinking about this, keep that information close to your chest, and also any good news or opportunity that you get, you may not want to shout it out just yet. Wait and see how things are going to unfold first. It might be advisable.
So if this was possibly about the personal life, then it could be saying that there are situations where maybe, some things have not been revealed yet. This could be about a relationship, or it could be about just a situation in general where maybe you don't know everything, or maybe somebody is playing things close to the vest. But ultimately, it really is about maybe, creating friendships or goals related to friendships that are mostly positive. So it may be just people learning over time how to really trust and realize that the building or the journey is the important part. And of course, you can see how that could apply to work or other situations too.
Well, back to work, because I will handle the personal life too, I think, because I do see something here, which I did want to bring to your attention. But back to work, there might be, if it was about a new job or looking for work, or maybe thinking about grabbing an opportunity that others are interested in as well, just know that competition can be steep. There also may be others that maybe want in on this as well. And so you may have to figure out, like, for example, if this is a new project or goal or a team effort, there may be people that want to get involved that you have to bring into this. And I think whatever this is, if this is a work issue, it's going to happen fairly quickly. And it may disrupt some of your maybe plans because of the suddenness or quickness of how this is going to take place. So, you may not, it may be kind of unexpected in a way with the whip here. And after Mr. O covers this with his reading, I want to go back and cover the other side of things a little bit.
Well, with the Lenormand's Tower over there, it does sort of tip it towards maybe something that is related to work or to the institutional qualities of a situation, whether it's going back to school for education, something I believe we've heard you talk about, or just, the sort of institutional or whatever ideas about various other areas of your life, if you have a church or other things you go to. But I think overall, with the whip there, it's saying that if this is about, a job situation where there's an opportunity possibly, you will have to move fast to take advantage of that.
Oh, that's a good thing too, yeah. And so as I looked at this, I thought to myself, you mentioned recently there's somebody you're interested in, and, it seems like this is at least a promising potential here, that this could develop into something, or at least it's off to a good start, whether even if it's just friendship or whatever. But there is a caution here that it may be too soon to tip your hand on your feelings yet. It might be a good idea to hold them in until you both find more stability and common ground with one another. I was kind of feeling that here too, when I was looking at this combination of cards.
But the whip says to move quick.
Well, you know what's funny about that? I almost thought of a different thing here, because the whip can be an aggressive action too. And for some reason, it's like, I don't know why I have to say this, because it doesn't totally fit with the cards, but it came into my head, and you can't ignore that, is don't leave yourself vulnerable, to others' aggressive acts.
Okay.
That's I don't know, I thought the tower here being smacked by the whip might just be, leaving you, because the tower is also sometimes about isolation or aloneness, meaning about you yourself. And I just felt, don't leave yourself vulnerable to attack or to being taken advantage of in some way.
And that applies to work or other situations
Both,
too.
social
so
and work, yes. So, It's what I have for you. Kind of a
Yeah, it could be
mixed
both,
bag
really.
here.
It could be both. You're right. So good luck. Good luck in the job search, too.
Yeah. All right. Wishing you luck. Maybe there's some good news coming there this week, so fingers crossed.
Alrighty.
I like that
Yes,
Page of Wands
the
there.
Barbieri Tarot. It's not very new, I don't think. Maybe just a year or two. But I do like it. You're always welcome, Anthony. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I like that deck. It's just dark enough for my own dark taste, but it has nice color things in it. That's why I like the Secrets
Oh, and
Tarot,
I thought
too.
we were talking about my colorful Lenormand, but
Oh.
no, we're not.
Maybe we're not? I don't know.
We're not. This is kind of a goofy
Who
Lenormand.
can stand the
I like it.
disappointment? Me or you? Oh, you
Oh,
weren't.
I don't care.
You weren't talking
Sorry.
about the tarot.
Mr. M is up, I believe,
Hi, Mr.
and
M.
wants to know what the cards see for Mr. M in his current job in general. Okay.
All right.
Let's see what's up there. Use.
And just going to remind everybody that, of course, we are back on Thursdays from 7 to 9. Generally speaking, we're a little less busy, but you never know. So it's always a good policy to come early, log in, leave your question for Violet if she asks, and enjoy our show. And in addition to the material matters, this week we also had, and we'll have on every Friday, Oberon's Outlook on the Emotional Exchanges. And it's a reading more devoted towards relationships, whether they're love relationships or just close personal relationships. I'm also throwing the vice versa tarot at the end of each reading for the idea of what happens if you decide to stay or what happens if you decide to go. And of course, that's a general idea of relationship. Should I stay or should I go? So it could also be, well, what if this, what if that?
All right.
All right. Thank you. Yes, it is vibrant and colorful. I like it. I like the Secrets Tarot for the same reason. It just has a certain sense of vibrance, but it also has this darker edge to it. What you got?
Well, you got the Five of Cups reversed, Mr. M. That's pretty good. But you do have the Two of Pentacles upright. Reversed, I'm sorry. Oh. What's going on, Mr. M? You also have Death upright. We'll talk about this. What do you got, Mr. O?
Okay, so I got the Garden and the Lady, which could be an actual female person, or it could just be another way of saying the Inquirer.
Or somebody you're working with.
Somebody
Maybe
you're
it could
working
be
with,
somebody
possibly.
else.
Okay, let's see.
Because it's out here in the garden. You know, the Five of Cups reversed indicates to me that, and it's interesting here that we have that in between the Five of Cups reversed and Death.
Ooh.
Because I feel here, I want to read Death and the Five of Cups reversed together and say that there may be some major changes coming at the workplace. I don't think they will be bad. They may present you with new opportunities for growth or advancement or possibly mobility in some way. Something shifts and changes, or maybe it's just something to do with workload. But something shifts and changes, and overall, I think it should be positive. But I can't rule out the Two of Pentacles here reversed. And the Two of Pentacles, Mr. M, is saying that maybe it might shift your balance a little bit here. It might throw something off, you know. Like, for example, I'd hate to say this, but what if suddenly, you know, they couldn't give you all the overtime hours you wanted? If that, for example, just an example, you know, could really throw off your plans and your goals. But something is throwing it out of balance and causing just a little bit of chaos, maybe in dealing with some of these radical changes that are taking place. But I sense that they should overall present you with better opportunities.
Well, A part of this reading feels like it may be more specific towards you, but I also get the feeling like this is about the workplace in general, and that other people that work with you, whether you know them a lot or not, may be experiencing similar qualities. And it's a sense really of, I won't say chaos, but of some sense of disease, like things are not moving smoothly for some reason. You know, it's whatever it is that's causing that. And to some degree, there's an opportunity to just sort of stick with the plan and keep moving towards where things work best for you. Because really, ultimately, this is moving towards a sense of change. And I'm just going to jump ahead and say, I'm wondering if there's going to be a new manager person or a new person in charge, and maybe that person's female, I don't know, or maybe that person just comes across as being really composed of kind, caring qualities, and maybe they're going to take over, you know, for the situation. But I'm just wondering if maybe some of this is because of poor management, and that it may result in a change that everyone will kind of feel buoyed from it a little bit.
Well, it's interesting to me because that's a really good call on those, that it could be some new leadership, or it could be someone who presents you with this opportunity. I don't know if you find it out through networking with others, you know, whether it's at the water cooler or, you know, online, but it could be that as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be new leadership, but somehow you find out about a new opportunity that could benefit you, but it may, you know, cause a little bit of chaos. I think that it would be good for you to consider a change at this, you know, at this juncture, maybe. Oh, that's what we see. That's what we have for you. Good luck with
All
that.
right, so we are just finishing reading for Mr. Maurice, John Wayne, and we do have a long list. So Violet will be back in a moment. Leave your question, if you will. You're probably going to close our list. I think that's probably going to be it, maybe. What do you think? Or we'll let Violet decide. She keeps track of how many more spaces we can fill. Generally, we can take about...
I think we could take one more after him,
Okay.
John Wayne. Let's do that.
The
But,
boss
yeah,
has spoken.
We're running a little behind, so we will take some less today, I think. All right.
You're welcome, and thank you for your donation, too. Really appreciate your donations.
Thank you, Mr. M. Okay, and if you have to leave and you can't wait, you know, Viola will post the list. Just check where you are on the list, and you can always go back and see, you know, and get your reading when the video pops out.
All right, thanks for leaving your question, John.
All right. So, Victoria.
Victoria.
It's about the Paracon. That's right.
Right, okay.
That sounds like a yes/no to me, but
Yeah,
it's
let's
up
do
to
it as
you.
a yes or no. And I'm going to use my Dame Fortune's Wheel Tarot.
No
No
mice.
mice.
Oh boy, you shouldn't have jinxed my cards while I'm shuffling.
You're welcome, John.
It's on you now, Victoria. It's not my fault.
Yeah, Sundays are like that, Magic. We fill up relatively early. We didn't quite fill up just yet, but we had our biggest flow earlier.
And then, of course, we did a birthday reading, and that takes a little bit of time away.
All right.
But we love doing those. All right. This is very cool, Victoria. I think you will be happy with my Lenormand. Sorta. Depending, of course, what he's doing. Oh, maybe. I thought you had one more. Yes, please.
I know. I'm just going slow for effect, for
Well, it's
drama.
leaning towards no,
It's leaning
but
towards no, but that doesn't mean it's positively no.
yeah. Well, I'm going to keep the Lenormand aside for the moment. So the Seven of Swords is here.
By hook or by crook.
Yeah, basically. No, really. By hook or by crook. In other words, you just got to figure out how to do it. I think you're capable of doing it even though it's leaning towards no. But you got to make a plan, and you got to play it smart. You got to, act smart. Well, I hear the hotel there fills up fast, number one. So you could get another hotel in the area, which for all I know could be cheaper. I don't know. But the thing is that you got to be smart about the way you do this, and that's the Knave of Batons. The thing is, there could be some, I don't know, there could be some delays.
A communication snafu.
That's the wand, right? Well,
Yeah.
It could be. I know it's about messages, but I really think the sword's more with that. The wands is about a beginning that doesn't happen. I mean, if you don't, I guess that's the way I would look at it. If you don't plan it out well, if you don't play it smart, you could miss your opportunity. It just will be a fail. So you're going to have to play it smart. But the good news is you didn't get the mice, but you got the sardine can in the right place.
Oh, that stinks.
No, it's in the right place for this.
The mountain. First there is a mountain, then there is no mountain, then there is.
So I have a feeling that maybe you will be able to pull it off. There's obstacles. You will encounter some obstacles to getting there, but they will come to an end. It seems like most of the problems that are in your path will come to an end. So it's just a matter of planning this out right and, following through.
Well, I agree with her on the Lenormand. It is just about, watching some of the squabblish areas end. But I'm wondering still if it is just about a certain component of sneakiness that will help you, follow through with this, that just keeping your mind to it and finding an opportunity that allows it to happen if you can plan for it. All right, the list is closed.
Well, you don't have to be mean to the mice. Okay, they are a little mean to everybody, so I guess you can. That's all right. I did see the mouse head. I think you are you're very clever, and you warded away the mice, but now you've got the mountains. But still, I think you will be able to overcome them. And, you already scheduling ahead an Airbnb sounds like a plan. Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. Just keep to the plan now, Don't let anything get in the way. Good luck with that.
All right, so I have closed the list, and so has Violet. I'm going to go ahead
Divine
and...
is the last, Empress is.
Right. Divine Empress.
All right.
Hey,
And so we're on Siama now?
you're welcome.
Hey, you are
Victoria?
welcome. Yes, I know where it is. I mean, it's in the UP, right?
So you've booked for it, but you don't know for sure if you're going? I'm not sure if I understand. What's going on?
I don't remember seeing that. What are you talking about?
She said she booked the B&B, but she didn't know if she was going to the Paracon?
Well, she just wanted to know if she's really going to get there, I guess.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, we'll just meet you up there for
Many
breakfast.
things can happen. You could book a hotel and then suddenly you have
Unbook
issues.
it.
Yeah.
I see. Never mind. I'm just being typically obtuse.
I don't know what his problem is.
Yes,
Yeah.
she does. Yes, she does.
Yeah, no money. And she needs to rent a car. Well, at least it's further off. Some of those things you can now save for and plan for. But, I guess getting the lodging, that's the big thing.
All
I
right.
assume they'd always have the tickets available for the weekend.
Hey, you.
But of course, there's also, what's the other thing? They also have special deals like I can't remember, like packages where you can meet celebrities at a certain price or blah blah that go away by certain deadlines, depending on when you register for, the Paracon itself and what you want to do there. So they're sold out. Are they sold out? Oh. Oh, those are sold out last year. Well, I bet they are. I don't know when they post their first posting on the Paracon, the next year's Paracon. And what? Do people at that Paracon just immediately sign up right away for the next one? Good grief already.
Yes, Deeksha, we are on Sayama's reading. And as Violet says, it'll be a while before we get to you.
All right. Sayama, what's coming towards Sayama? We have the Knight of Cups reversed. Wow, that is crazy.
Are you doing your 1, 2, 3?
Oh, I guess I could. Okay.
Okay. So what is coming? The Knight of Cups reversed.
Well, go on.
Well, what is coming towards you could be that, something unhappy is moving towards you, whether it's the sense of a relationship having problems, breaking apart, or something that you actually felt, was something you experienced, a situation that you enjoyed, but maybe for some reason now you're not enjoying it as much, or it actually, hurts for some reason.
Well, so either in love or in your life, something or someone you were passionate about, it just doesn't seem as though it's bringing you the happiness or joy you thought it would. There's a lack of now passion for something that motivated you before. Or it could be, as Mr. O said, that maybe some relationship is having some issues and rocky road right now. Well, and why is that important? We have this happy marriage card here, the 10 of Cups upright. So why that's important is because you feel that, you wanted this to be, if it was a relationship, you wanted this to end in a happily ever after. And it seems to be struggling to either get off the ground or really, if you've been involved with someone, move forward. This could also be even with a goal that you are passionate about. You were passionate about one time, you wanted to see this through to a happy ending or conclusion, that you attained your goal, success, but but right here, it doesn't look like it's getting there.
Well, I think that why it's important is because it's in the present sense now that you think you are happy, or that you think the situation is happy, whatever the situation is, if it's a relationship or whatever, you think it's happy. So maybe you don't understand why this feeling has come to you, or the situation seems to be, contrary.
Okay, where are things headed? The sun reversed. Well, maybe things are not as bad as they seem. Maybe you just need to relax a little bit and not push things forward so much at this time. I think that's just what it's saying here, is that maybe you feel like things aren't going well and you're getting depressed and down about it because you had such higher expectations, but things aren't really as bad as they seem, and maybe you should just stay the course and see where things lead.
I agree with that. I think that it is saying, indeed, Siama, it's not as bad as it seems. The idea of what you feel is coming towards you. There just may be a momentary lull in the situation for the other person or other situation involvees. I'm going to throw the Lenormand, and they're kind of interesting because the first one is the child. And then the second one is the whip. And taken alone, they're almost opposite kind of qualities. One is sort of maybe suggesting movement in a more thoughtful or slower manner. But the whip influences this card, and it's sort of saying, well, you have to really, kind of keep the focus going. So is that saying the focus needs to be on taking smaller steps? The emphasis, needs to be on taking smaller steps towards moving through the situation. Like, don't make any abrupt moves necessarily. Maybe you need to be ready to, but also be ready to really consider all these ramifications.
You kind of had some circular logic there, I feel. With
Well,
that
at
one.
least I didn't.
You
You
went
know a lot.
You went around. I didn't say you know a lot.
Yeah,
Did
but
I
you're
do
gonna.
this reading? No, I'm not. Because I'm looking at the child here, and I think with the whip, it's saying you should not be pushed into growing things faster than necessary. Take things one step at a time. Regardless, don't push yourself, I think, more than anything. Don't crack the whip on yourself if things aren't unfolding as fast or as quickly or even as happily as you would like. Growth takes time, I did it! Darn you, I said I just did it.
Spare the rod, spoil the child.
Growth takes time. And so let everything unfold in time. I'm going to stop now before I say again. I only did it once.
So I guess that's pretty complete then. Hopefully that works for you. All right. And we are on Beatrice now.
Hey, Beatrice. Okay, Beatrice went for an interview. Ex-employer. Okay.
I see. Okay, it continues into the
but you
next
haven't
count.
heard anything from them yet. Will I still get that job? So they didn't even send you... Wow. Well, maybe things are delayed there. Will you still get that job?
Okay, I'm going to use my Mermaid's Tarot.
Yep.
You want to do that as a yes or no?
It's up to you.
Okay, I will.
Okay. Next one. I'm getting hungry too. I only had a bowl of soup. I should have had more. I should have made that sandwich, Mr. O. But I had to shower. And by the way, is my hair dry yet? No. It's very wet back here. Top is starting to dry. The bangs are dry. Part of this is dry.
Beatrice, you have two aces, so the question is leaning towards yes. It's not a positive yes, but it is leaning towards yes, suggesting that you could get this job. In Lenormand, there's a scythe as well as the mountain, the persistent mountain that keeps showing up.
Yes.
But your final card is the reverse Three of Cups, and sometimes that signifies maybe feeling out of sorts with the general mood of things, not feeling like the happiness of people around you in some sense. So this could possibly relate to the sense of the job. You indicate maybe sort of knowing them in some regard.
Well, you worked there before, right? That's what you're
Right.
saying. It's a former
Ex-employer.
employer. I don't like that Three of Cups reversed here. That's the one thing. Are they figuring whether or not you truly fit in here? That could be the deciding factor. It's leaning towards yes, but I mean, it could be a no. I think that there are some obstacles here, Beatrice, because when I see the mountains and I see the scythe in this position, I'm kind of thinking that some obstacles have to be removed for your progress. It's possible here that maybe there was a lot of competition for this job too. And, you might have that going against you. That might be the obstacle here. And if you've made the cut, then it's leaning towards yes. But I'm not sure. I'm just not totally confident here because we have, some reversals. So I wouldn't put all your money in the bank on this, but hold out a little hope. I just don't think it's fair that they haven't told you before February 1st that you didn't get the job. It could be that there are obstacles that are delaying them making that cut, making that decision. I guess that's what this could mean. But I would say this is a point you could thank them for the interview again and just saying, I'm just inquiring if you've been filled the position yet or not.
Oh, so to me, although it does seem like it's leaning towards yes, possibility of yes, I feel that with that Lenormand, the mountains, and the scythe, this could be saying that it will be hard for you to remove or cut through what some of these obstacles are. So it may be because there are things they require of you that are just a little bit beyond your scope of what you know to do or what your skills match with. But it doesn't still say it's impossible. It just sort of feels like you have your work cut out for you. I think that's what I'm ultimately saying here. So that's what we have. And now we are on Shirley.
Shirley, can you please tell me what will be the outcome of my training period of 90 days at my current second job? I saw another position at my job.
If I apply for the assistant director position, will I get it?
All right, that sounds like two questions.
Yeah. We'll see if it can touch on that maybe.
Well, you know what? I got an idea. We can do this. Hold on. You got the Lenormand this time, but yeah, do it. We're going to do a yes-no on the second question.
Okay. Right.
Unless we think the training's not going to go well and you're not even going to stay there 90 days.
I know I'm hungry too, Magic. Like her and
he ate
Violet, who can get and walk into her kitchen.
He ate more than me.
I'm a bigger guy than you.
I don't know.
Well, my engine burns a little faster than yours.
Okay, I'll accept that.
Oh, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. We can handle it. I think I just have to cave in on whether it's Mexican or Chinese tonight.
Okay. Or just a plain old restaurant. Okay.
Or stayed at home.
90-day training. Well, Eight of Swords, it's kind of understandable. Upright, we'll get to that.
Okay.
Six of Wands reversed. Oh my. Well, Shirley, it seems like you maybe have some doubts or worries here. I'm hoping
And that's the Nine of Swords.
maybe the Lenormand can put this at ease. The Nine of Swords. What do you got, Mr. O? Two sword cards and one reversed wand. So there are some challenges here, Shirley. The Eight of Swords in particular to me. But I want to see what the Lenormand is going to say.
The Ring. I have to shut those shades because it's bright. And the Scythe.
Ooh.
Damn you, Scythe.
Yeah, I'm not liking this. Why is that site coming up so much? So let's take a look here. You really got to trust yourself more, in this job, I think, and in your 90-day training. You may feel a little bit intimidated or just a little bit nervous about your performance, and it could be visible to other people too. When you lack confidence, sometimes that has a way of catching up with you. People recognize and notice that. But then again, I don't want you to get too anxious and anxiety, because again, right here, there's a lot of anxiousness and anxiety. You need to eliminate that and try to trust yourself more. That's what I think is really important here. It may be too that you might feel that some of your talents, abilities, and what you do is not being immediately appreciated by those, who are training you. I'm stopping there before the run.
Right. I felt that strongly when I first saw that card there, that some of this suggests that people aren't able to see that in you. That could be on their own sense of perception. That could also be just that you haven't had the opportunity to really be able to show that. And maybe that's because of the Eight of Swords, that maybe to some degree you sort of feel like because you're on probation, you're sort of working within certain constraints. You don't want to necessarily appear too ambitious, or I don't know, the style of the company or business may determine that you do have, some ability to be a little more rough and tumble, but maybe not, The Nine of Swords does suggest that, you're getting to the point where maybe this is starting to keep you awake a little bit, or there's a little bit of anxiety there that makes you wonder, like, will I be good enough to figure this out? Or will I have to, move on somewhere else or anything else?
A lot of this all seems to be within you, Shirley. It doesn't seem to be outside externals until I get to this, and we'll talk about that. Because really, the only person you need to please here with the Six of Wands is you. And if you're not getting the outward, how should I say, signs that you are doing a good job, as long as you feel you are. But that may be the problem. If you're not trusting yourself and your abilities right now, you're looking for that outside validation, and you're maybe feeling you're not getting it. Which makes you wonder if you shouldn't cut ties to this commitment, or if they're going to cut ties to you. And that's what worries me here, seeing this combination. I want you to calm it down. I want you to just do your very best and be satisfied yourself with what you're doing, because that's where it all begins.
I think that's important, and I think to overall answer your question, there is that idea that there's a bit of vagary here. Everybody's playing their cards close to the chest, and they may not necessarily let you know exactly how you're doing during this probation period, because they're really just they have their own opinion about it, or, they're just going to let you sort of flounder or rise.
Now I'm going to do a yes/no on the other question quickly to see if you could get that position. Every company is different. Some people don't like that. If you just start a job and they're just getting to know you, why would they maybe consider you for the other one? Unless, of course, it is a better fit. Not just a matter of you getting along with that manager, if you really will fit there better. So let's take a look and ask that yes/no and see what we get there. Or if you should just focus right now on seeing through your 90 days. Maybe some companies do not want to restart you. And then again, some others might figure it's early enough for you to make a change. Why not? It might be kind of nice.
A lot of us have been this way,
in
that situation too, where we kind of know that, but somebody else in HR or wherever are just playing their own games. Right now, I'd have to say that from what I understand of my overall employer structure, a lot of people get in just because they know somebody else, and there are some accountability questions. I'm kind of in a good situation, so I don't mind that, but I see that elsewhere in the overall situation.
boy.
Excuse me.
Whoa. Oh, okay. I saw that.
All right.
Just my hand didn't want to stop. Well, it's leaning towards no. Now, it's not a definite no, but there's definitely some red flag cards here, so let me give them to you. We got the Five of Swords reversed. We got another 5, the 5 of Cups upright. And then, of course, the only ace you got was the Ace of Wands upright. So I would say,
It's leaning towards no.
well, it's leaning towards heavily towards no in my mind because of these cards. And the reason being is the Five of Swords is never a good card, upright or reversed. As a matter of fact, it's usually a card that says nobody wins here. So I think what this is saying to me about you and going for this job at this time, it's not a win for you. It wouldn't be a win for you whether you feel it's a better fit or not. But you know what? It's just a leaning towards no. That's not to say you can't try, but that's the way the cards are leaning. And the Five of Cups reversed here kind of indicates you might be disappointed in the outcome. You know, that maybe something that looks like a good thing may not end up being that. You might have wished you stayed behind because of those 2 cups remaining.
I'm going to agree with her mostly, and then I'll just throw in the idea, too, that whenever the 5 show up, they usually mean some wild energies going on. There's a lot of activity. It's frenetic a little bit. And this could just say that, too, maybe, you know, it might be busier or the process itself might be more taxing on you than you realize. Still, it is leaning towards no. It's not saying you shouldn't try for it or that, you know, you won't necessarily get it.
And we're reading this about you and how it would affect you, but if I looked at it from their end of things, again, they may not see the value of doing this move, that it's a win for them to do this move at this
True.
time. And also with the Five of Cups upright, they may feel like it's, it's like, well, then they have to start all over again with the other job. I don't know why they should feel that way. If they've had other candidates for that position, they could just take the next person in line for it. But I almost feel that they would be disappointing in having to reopen this position. So, the one that you would be leaving.
Alrighty.
So good luck with that. Whatever
Shirley.
you choose. Hey, we're just tarot readers, You should just go for it if you feel your heart is there and see how it turns out. I wish you luck with that.
All right. Okay, so SP asks if the HR will be supportive advice and the visa process will be fast forwarded to me. Yes, and I remember this question before too. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and use again the Barbieri Tarot for that. And I think we'll ask her as a yes or no again.
Yeah.
Will the HR be supportive?
I know that's been coming up a bit. And you're still waiting. That's really sad. But I do think we even mentioned that last time. It wasn't forthcoming. There were some blocks. So let's see if anything's changing. Okay. Sorry they're keeping you hanging like that, SP. Oh, stop it, Violet. I am hungry. We had a great meal yesterday, even though it was out of the freezer. Well, some of it was. We had some garlic rosemary potatoes, but we had some barbecue. What was it called? I forget. It was a barbecued seasoned salmon, Alaskan salmon planks, and they were very good. Some garlic rosemary potatoes with it. And then for some reason, because we had to use it up, we had this Thai salad mix that I put together, a chopped salad that had Thai dressing, it had coconut flakes, it had cashews in it, and kind of a peanutty flavored dressing. It was awesome. Wasn't it awesome, Mr. O?
I loved it. I
Enjoyed
kept telling you
it.
all night how good it was and how I hardly had heartburn at all.
Which is
I'm
always
kidding.
a
It was
plus.
really
I have
good.
no heartburn.
I don't usually get heartburn, actually.
What did you get there?
Okay, so we have two aces, so it is leaning towards yes. They will be supportive and they will try to speed it up. It's mostly leaning towards yes, so it means that they would mostly be supportive and try to engage that. You do have the Eight of Pentacles reversed. This could be indicating maybe that their skill sets apply towards that they may find that they're a little busy or they're a little awkward in trying to facilitate the thing. So it says to me
Little?
that they may give a some sense of working towards it, but they may ultimately have some fumbling with it. I still think it's leaning towards yes.
Well, I don't want to say this is a reflection on you at all, SP, that they're thinking about it because they're not sure you're up for this. But I really think it's more them. I do.
Yeah, I do too.
And I feel that they're just dropping the ball horribly on you, and it's really not fair. It just seems to me that somebody or some situation is holding this up and blocking it, and that's what needs to be removed here. And I'm looking here, and we have the path, or the crossroads, and we have the house. They really have to get comfortable with making this move, this decision, this choice. Maybe, like he said, there's other things that are just interfering. I don't know what could take so long,
I have a feeling they just don't have somebody who's really used to doing these kind of paperwork things or able to reach out in the proper ways to kind of get the ball rolling. I'm not saying they won't ever do it, but they're just a little clumsier than other people for some reason.
I just feel they have to be comfortable with doing it too for some reason that I can't totally say here. But I really don't know if there's anybody that you can talk to try to gain some clarity as to what could take so long. Because I thought you were promised this a while ago. And, it's really funny. I know this is the path and the crossroads card, but this version of it, and you getting it in this reading makes me think that there's still some confusion here. Could some paperwork have been lost in the shuffle? And, maybe that's why we have this incompetence card here. Somebody has lost some key data or something they need and they've got to sort things out. I'm honestly not sure. But it's leaning towards yes. And I think before we've even said that this should happen, but it seems like it's taking forever.
SP, when you asked any signs of the block being removed, I felt compelled to look at the bottom of the deck.
It is the path or crossroads.
And I did turn over the Nine of Cups upright. So I feel like a lot of this is about setting your intention to, try to meditate positively, say prayers if you believe it might help, that kind of thing. But I have a feeling that, mostly it would be a matter of luck if it works through in a way that, really facilitates your convenience too.
Well, him pulling the Nine of Cups is a positive sign that maybe this will work itself out. I still don't see any kind of time frame here, other than the fact that it's leaning towards yes. So there may still be some roadblocks here that have to be removed. And that's why I say try to see if you cannot get them to move this along more quickly. I wish you luck.
Maybe you would be lucky doing that, because that's why I got the Nine of Cups.
Sometimes we create our own luck, so as I say, again, sometimes we create our own luck. So just go out there and be proactive and see if you can't get them to be more serious about this.
All right, so it's on you and it's magic. I get those.
Yep. Hi, Magic.
Will I get the outcome I'm hoping for this week?
Well, I'm going to do 3 cards on that and see what they say.
You're welcome, SP. You're welcome.
You're welcome, SP.
Yeah, I know. I don't really see a specific time frame. I get the feeling, SP, that it may be more on how much energy you can apply towards that. But I do feel, too, that maybe you might be lucky in being able to approach them and suggest that, you really need them to work a little faster on it. I hope that works.
Well, we've got the Ace of Cups upright. The Knight of Swords is upright. But the Two of Wands is reversed. That's the Two of Wands.
The Sun and the birds.
Jeez.
And, those little cats want to get their hands on the birds.
Well, I think you will get that outcome that you want. We didn't do a yes/no, but the Sun is a sure sign of success. It's with the birds. That means that if you're expecting a communication, that would bring you success, the successful news or outcome, you should receive it. You should definitely receive news about it. And I think the Ace of Cups here is talking about emotional happiness, something that's going to feel real fulfilling to you or bring you great joy. So I like the sound of that, don't you? And the Knight of Swords, if this is based on somebody making a move or a decision of some sort, I think they're going to make the right choice, the right one. Or if this is even about a move or decision that you are in the process of making this week, I think you're making the right choice. The only thing is, some of this may happen, but there may be some delay or something unexpected that takes a little bit away from this. I don't want to say there's a failure here, but there may have to be some sort of change in plans based on what happens here. I mean, it's all good, but this may have to cause you to change some plans or direction in some way. I hope that makes sense.
Okay, I agree with Banshee for the most part. I think you are bound to hear about this, the communication thing and the success thing. And I think, to me, the Knight of Swords may indicate that you're the one that gives that push there some way, so that although you are expecting the communication, it may be possible you have to reach out or in some way kind of initiate the energy. I just think that is a possibility there. The Two of Wands reversed, to me, maybe indicates, too, that somehow something about this is a reflection on maybe a recent past situation that you thought was gonna not work out and you were maybe just about ready to move away from that, or maybe this whole situation will invoke that idea that there is something you don't necessarily have to leave behind, possibly. Decision waiting. All right.
Looks like I think it's going to work out, though. I do. I really do. I wish you luck with that.
Good luck. You'll have to let us know.
Yep.
Good luck,
Definitely
Magic.
let us know. Fingers crossed for you.
We always appreciate the feedback, even if it's not exactly what we might want to hear.
Okay.
It's Violet Ann.
Yes, we're on Violet Ann. Hi, Violet Ann.
Will I pass my trading exam, and how will it go?
All right.
right,
I think we should probably do 3 cards. If it's
Okay.
not clear, we can do the yes, no, and the exam.
That's
With
fine.
each pass.
I'm going to go back to the Modern Love Tarot for that one.
Okay. I think I want to use this one next.
Hey, Violet Ann. You're welcome. Yes, appreciate hearing
Is
back.
my hair dry yet? No. No.
So
Mr.
was
O
that
could prove
was that
it.
Anthony or Mr. Maurice? Mr. Maurice, he said 1 hour. Well, you lose.
Nope, it's still wet from like, well, even back here. I can feel it right back here.
It'll never dry. Okay, so card number 1 for Violet Ann. Will
Welcome,
you pass your
Magic.
training
Wishing you
exam?
luck.
And it is Judgment upright, and it's followed by the Ten of Wands. So that could be careful what you ask for. And then finally followed by the Chariot. And this is rather dynamic for that question.
Oh, yeah.
And you said trading exam, so I don't know if like you're becoming a stock trader or something like that. And I know there are certain certifications you have to have for that. But regardless, Judgment would seem to indicate, something favorable happening that maybe shifts things for you in certain respects, or certainly is just really welcome good news. It expands your horizons in certain ways. It makes you able to see or understand things that maybe you didn't before, but also really be able to, I think, move upward in another direction. Did you want to jump in there?
Well, I think that this Judgment card kind of indicates that this is going to work out for you. The
It is
Ten of
stocks.
Wands indicates to me that clearly, maybe you feel like you're struggling a little bit with this. Maybe you feel like this is really challenging to you. This is a challenge. And you're more than up for it. I feel like things will go well. Test results will be good. But also, I think what this is saying is it's what you've put into this. This is it. You may be feeling burdened because you feel, did I study enough? Did I really do the right things? Did I look at the right materials? Am I really ready? You might be questioning a lot of things. The negative critic can come out sometimes, but I think you're going to be judged fairly and it's going to go well. And with the Chariot, it shows you propelling forward and moving forward. This is going to be a major good lift for you. I really do think it's progressing you. It's just, you're challenged. And
I like the idea, I didn't say anything yet, about,
I'm
the
sorry.
clock in the background, because I think this does say that, this is about also, too, you learning to spend some time with us, that's the obligation you're taking on, is that it's time, learning and taking the exam. And I feel, too, like Banshee said, the idea of the Chariot would seem to suggest that this really puts you where you need to be at this time, really a driven personality. This is a driven kind of business or livelihood from what I understand. So I hope you're up for the challenge of that, but it really will pull that out with you, to be, more competitive and more motivated by, going towards a victory.
could also just be saying, just keep forging ahead. Don't allow, the stress possibly and the anxiety or the burdens that you're feeling hold you back from moving forward and doing this right now. Because I think it will work out. There is some caveats, of course, is there always with the Lenormand. There's the mountain again.
Boy, that mountain's getting overtime today.
Well, so's the Scythe, but this is the dog this time.
Aw.
So, what I think here is actually this challenge, this struggle you're going through is a test of your mettle, a test of your loyalty, a test of your commitment in a way, even though this isn't a card of commitment. But when I think of loyalty, loyalty is a form of commitment to, to seeing this through. This is really a test to seeing if you can overcome the burdens, the obstacles, the stress, the anxiety, and pull this off. And I think you can. I do. You got 2 high-powered major arcana here upright. I certainly think you're moving forward.
I like the idea that there's a dog over here and there's 2 dogs over here. So I agree with Banshee totally.
Yeah.
This is really, talking about, you persevering and moving ahead. I think you mostly got this, so you'll just have to keep in touch and let us know.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Good luck.
Lots of luck. All right. We are on Cool Creek.
All right. Oh, there's a deck I haven't used yet.
There's many I haven't used yet.
Well, I brought it here, but I apparently haven't used it yet.
Like I said, I think I'm going to cut down
Okay,
the
Cool
deck.
Creek asks, what does Spirit want me to know about my love life?
Here, you might want these too. Hey. Okay, Cool Creek, let's see.
You're welcome.
Hey, you are welcome. Good luck with that. Well, it's the Ten of Cups reversed we've started with. Seven of Swords is also reversed. And the Emperor is upright. What do you got?
I have the Man, which is an indicator or could possibly represent you or someone. And I also have the Fox. And so that does sort of throw the idea of maybe something that's romantic into the equation.
Well, this is certainly showing a bit of unhappiness in your love life. That things are not coming to fruition. There's no happy ending here at this time. And you've indicated that you are single. Some people are very comfortable single. Some people are longing for that closeness of a relationship, and you really do wish you could turn the situation around. The Seven of Swords reversed kind of indicates to me that just continue being you. Be your true, authentic self. Show the world, show people, show prospective suitors who you really are. This is not a time to put on airs. People will see right through you. This is not a time to be anything but who you are if you truly want to move forward with your love life. I think that, there's going to be a time coming where you're going to feel like things are improving, like you really are taking the lead here in turning things around. It's really interesting to me because other than the cards here in the Lenormand, I'm not seeing a lot of, other than this, and it's negative, a lot of romantic possibility here. But what I am seeing is you turning this around at some point and regaining the upper hand or control here over this situation. And it's really truly by just deciding, hey, I'm just going to be who I am. I'm going to relax. I'm going to let things come, take things as they come and not stress it that much.
I agree with Banshee on the Emperor. I think this is saying really at some point you do feel more in control of how you want to navigate through this. But I feel differently with the Seven of Swords. I feel the Seven of Swords maybe indicates that there's something about yourself that you need to accept or understand or not be in denial about, and that maybe what the key is here, maybe just, either a trait about yourself that makes you feel lowers self-esteem or makes you feel shyer. And so maybe once you understand that about yourself, maybe that begins the process of, moving you towards the Emperor. I also agree with her too that maybe the Ten of Cups just represents your overall, disconnection or dissatisfaction with the way your romantic life has been or not been up to this point. So once again, looking back at the Lenormand, I do feel like maybe this is saying something is bound to happen eventually, and maybe it is about, coming to terms with what that might be, what you may be not accepting about yourself, but also to really just being able to actually see what the possibilities are. And think about this way, the person here, the inquirer, has a spyglass. They are looking towards something. They're looking towards the fox, who looks like, a person who is trying to be attractive, and that person is looking back towards them. So I think it is the sense.
I like that, what you're saying there.
I think it is the sense about an eventual connecting, but you have to sort of initiate some of that.
Yeah, it's interesting to me that what you said, the way they're looking at each other. And I almost feel like there might be a chance meeting that happens, that occurs, that could turn into something more, that there could be an almost immediate kind of attraction. But I have no time frame on this. I still feel like this might be a little ways off. And as Mr. O said, you have to be smart and you have to be crafty and you have to put something into the situation. That's why the Emperor's here too. Is like, you're going to have to regain control and try to change the situation that you're not happy about here. Change sometimes comes from within, and once you change what's within, things start happening without in the environment. And I almost think something is just going to happen. It's a weird thing, but I'm not going to say it's love at first sight because, in a way that almost comes to mind here a little bit, but I'm not getting that vibe. I'm getting something where there's some chemistry thing going on, though. And so maybe that can be built upon. So good luck, but you have to get yourself out there in order to do that. I wish you luck with that.
Cool Creek.
Cool Creek. I'm sorry, I was already looking ahead at Preeti. I meant to say Cool Creek.
Alrighty then. So we are now on Preeti. And Preeti has asked for a general reading. Hi there, Preeti. So I'm going to grab, if I can get it. I didn't take it out of its box. My Tarot of the Princesses, which I want to use today too. And some of these cards I picked because, of course, as I mentioned, it is for us Super Tarot Love Month. We look at February as being the American month that contains Valentine's Day, and so there's, a lot of red and pink and hearts and stuff like that. And in the past, we've had, some special love readings, and we've done some special shows that maybe are related to February and Valentine's Day. We also do every year a prediction about the American Super Bowl, trying to ferret out the truth on who may possibly win the Super Bowl.
Even though the Lions aren't going to be in it, I'm going to do it.
So more about that eventually.
All right.
All right, so Preeti, as a general reading.
Okay. Sorry, I'm shuffling these. I wanted to clear them. I want to read again with them.
Alrighty.
Next time.
So my first card is, I believe it's Justice. No, I'm sorry, it's the Hermit. It's 9. Whoops. It's the Hermit, but reversed. The next card is the Sun reversed. And then the next card is the World reversed.
Why all these reversals?
Oh, you're asking me?
So that's the Sun reversed? Okay. Well, surprise.
Oh, hang on. So there's the Sun in Lenormand, and there's the House.
Well, it's kind of interesting here to see this, Preeti. First off, with the, oh God, what is that? Did you say that's the Hermit, right?
Yes, I did say that.
The Hermit, the Sun, and the World. The Hermit reversed indicates that I think you're going to be getting out more. This is a general reading. It's to your advantage to be seen, to be out in the world now. You know, we neglect some things with the Hermit card, I feel, sometimes that need to be said. This card can also indicate a sense of, hey, maybe I have been neglecting some things in my life that I need to take care of now. Maybe I've been pulling back from some things that I need to now pay attention to. Maybe I've been trying to avoid dealing with certain situations too. Well, the Hermit reversed is saying it's time to do so.
I agree. The Hermit could be saying that you've been spending time being maybe too involved in something else that maybe distracted you from understanding this, that this was maybe something you really did have to come to appreciate, and maybe now Spirit or something else is sort of giving you that nudge to tell you there's something else you also need to understand and maybe spend some time with.
And the second card, when we have the Sun reversed, is not a bad card.
No.
It's basically saying these might be little small minor details that you have to tend to, or maybe it's an issue that you've been avoiding, but really there was no reason for this. You need to take care of it because it's not as bad as it seems. You know, so why wait till things get to be, you know, a bigger problem or something that will be harder to resolve or take care of later? Like, for example, laundry. You can let your laundry pile up, or you can do it, you know, a little at a time. So does it sound personal? So it doesn't get to be a big problem. So I'm just saying something like that. The Sun reversed is really minor annoyances at worst. And you have the Sun up right here, so how bad could it be? And finally, with this other card, with the World reversed, it's indicating because something you've been working on that you stopped apparently, you pulled back from it, you decided to avoid it for a while, it needs to get finished. It just needs to get finished. That's why the World is reversed here.
Right, that whole thing is maybe more important than you might have realized.
It just needs to get finished.
It needs to get finished, but when it does, though, it really involves, you know, closing the book on something, rounding the corner on something, and that maybe it is saying really you can't move on to a better sun, you know, better sign of success until you do that. Regardless, though, it's overall not that horrible if you're not able to take care of it right away. It's going to happen eventually. You just have to really bring yourself around to the idea that you want to do it.
Yeah. And, you know, once you complete whatever this is, you'll feel more comfortable, you will relax more, you'll feel more secure, and you'll open the door for better things to come to you. The Sun is here upright. So isn't it funny? It's reversed here because it's something you've really got to just get done. But here, once you get it done, it reverses itself to right itself again. And everything is going in a more positive direction. So, for example, if there's any bills you've been putting off, if there's been any home repairs you've been putting off, if there have been certain things that you know you really need to complete. Is there a degree that were you in school and you stopped for a while that you need to finish off? It's time to consider finishing something off.
All right.
That needs to get done. Good luck with that.
Okay, Preeti.
All right.
And we're in
we're in
Diksha.
Diksha Mishra. Diksha Mishra. So, current
Prafu's
feelings.
current feeling towards Diksha. No contact. Should I move on? Confused about this situation.
Okay.
You going to use that deck again?
Yes, I am.
All right.
We have the Fool upright. The Nine of Pentacles is upright. And the King of Cups is reversed.
Every girl's crazy about a sharp-dressed man. All right. The Book and the Tower. So, Prafu's current feeling towards you, not contacting you, should you move on?
Yeah, you know.
The Nine of Pentacles. I always think you say the Knight.
No, it was the 9.
9, yes,
Yeah, I
got
did
it.
say the 9. You know, this is a real interesting reading for your question. I mean, on the one hand, I could look at this as far as their feelings go, and I could look at it as far as your confusion and should you move on. Because the Fool is saying here, maybe it is time to start a new beginning. Maybe it is time to move on. Or this could be saying that this person that you're waiting on, it's possible that they are already doing something and moving on.
Right. This has the element of surprise or something unexpected happening. And so it could be saying that they are indeed moving on. But it could also possibly be saying that something could be rekindled. It's a little variable.
Yeah, I understand your confusion because I see it here a little bit with the
Sure.
cards. I feel that the Fool...
Well, the King of Cups reversed may indicate somebody who you are not exactly relating to. Maybe there's a trust factor. Maybe you're not feeling that they're telling you exactly the truth or that you feel you like that information.
Well, speaking about them, they may be they may be acting rather immaturely in their life. They may be... I don't know if it's possible they're more focused on career, or maybe they feel they want to be alone right now as a possibility here. It's possible that they really want to explore more. You know, they're not ready to settle down emotionally. It's kind of what I'm wondering about here when I see the combination of the King of Cups reversed and the Fool. And so, in a way, they're being a little bit standoffish because they feel they're in a position to do so. Maybe they feel they hold all the cards here, you know, and they could do that and keep you in a state of confusion. You did say there's no contact, which also indicates to me that they don't want to contact you at this time. They're comfortable where they are. And the Tower and the Book here,
Can this be about isolation?
Yes, it can be.
So then,
go on.
So then maybe you will realize this. The book is about finding out things. Maybe you will realize that you have a sense of isolation with this person, or that they are in fact, sort of moving on in another direction.
That they might not be coming back. The only other possibility here for you really is that it's possible, I'm just going to say that they are focused on their own success and achievement right now.
I can see that too.
And maybe there's been some opportunity for growth or advancement that's come their way that they now are focusing on. They're taking a chance at and gambling that you'll be there, when they're done, when they're more settled.
It's possible they could be distracted a little bit too, but I think what she says is valid.
I really think that what I said in the beginning, though, is more valid, and it's basically because this person is not showing a good level of emotional maturity here. They're not satisfied, or they just want to kind of explore more. They're not ready to settle. They're set in their ways of maybe not settling down right now. Maybe that's what's going on here.
Could be.
So they're afraid of committing right now, possibly. And maybe that's why this is here too, because the Tower can be about commitment in a way, or a contract.
Yeah.
So maybe they're afraid of being tied down right now, and that's what you're going to find out. So, you can only wait so long, I always tell people. But I do want to caution you, the tarot tells you what things are looking at like right now. They can change over time. So if anything changes in your situation and they get back in touch with you and, you would like to find out what that means, or you want a little more information on that, we can run a reading then and see, where things are headed. But right now, it seems like they have kind of moved on, I think.
I'm wondering.
Yeah. I wish you luck with that.
All right. So we're going to move on to John Wayne. And John Wayne asks, what is going to be the outcome with the guy I like and have been talking to? You're welcome, Diksha.
Okay.
I'm going to use the final
Very
rose
welcome.
since it's sort of relationship related. That's right, Violet. It's a snapshot in time. All right, card the first is the Two of Swords, and it's reversed. Card 2 is the Nine of Swords, and it's reversed. That's actually okay. And then the final card is the Empress, which they call the Bachelorette. And this card deck sort of replicates the ideas from the reality game show about the Bachelorette. The Final Rose was involved. That was the name of it. All right, Banshee, what do you
is
have?
that last card again? Say it
The
again?
Empress.
Oh, the Empress.
The Bachelorette.
Jeez, I almost don't want to put the Lenormand out here.
Uh-oh. The letter. The coffin. Okay, I can understand that. So, while we're not sure, we're sort of seeing some
There's some mixed signals here.
mixed signals, yeah.
But the Two of Mirrors reversed, the Two of Swords
Swords.
reversed indicates some sort of movement, some sort of choices, some sort of decisions being made. With this person, you want to know where things are headed. I think something is going to be happening. It's the best way I could say it is there's going to be some move, some choice or decision. Now, it will alleviate some, hopefully, I want to think it could alleviate some fears and anxieties that you may be having about the situation and where it might be going. And with the Empress reversed here, that sounds awfully positive.
Yeah, these cards sound really positive, John Wayne. They sort of sound like maybe the movement is happening in a way that kind of resolves any anxieties you have, and maybe is about you being able to take care of yourself as well as really feel like something new and creative and loving, etc., is happening in your life.
Well, I'm thinking this is something that could be nurtured and grow with loving care. You know,
Yes.
because that's what the Empress is about. And so I do feel that things could happen, but that's so long as the lines of communication continue. Unfortunately, I see the coffin here and I see the letter. And to me, that's kind of almost like suddenly there's a break in the communication. So I'm a little bit concerned about that, obviously, since you said you guys have been talking, and I don't want to see that stop.
So it may suggest that if there are situations that involve a pause, those could be problematic, and you may have to, decide if there are situations about who needs the reason for the pause that can kind of be resolved or dealt with in a certain respect, because putting a pause on things may be what spells a poorer outcome, although things really do look like they could hit off.
Well, and maybe that what it means too is don't end communication with this
Yeah.
person. Unless you get some sort of red flags, I would continue the dialogue. I would continue seeing where things are moving, because I think things are going to move in a direction. And, depending on how much you nurture and grow this, remember, things don't, sure, things can happen very spontaneously and very quickly, but you shouldn't try to rush the growing process. Let things mature in their time, and keep the flow going
like
here,
that.
and it will make you feel more comfortable about where things are heading.
And hopefully you haven't opened a can of sardines. Just
I that's kind of what I think here. So yeah, definitely don't end the dialogue. Maybe that's why this is here. Because sometimes I can read this as dialogue comes to an end, but I don't see any other red flags here to
No.
indicate that. So I think looking at it the other way, that you should just try to keep the flow going, let things grow and mature, and make your moves as appropriate.
all right.
And I wish you luck with that.
Good luck, John
with
Wayne.
that.
Thanks for coming.
There's potential there.
And we are happy to say that we are on our final readings.
Except for Violet Lotus, we've got Divine Empress Aries.
That's why I said plural readings. Beatrice, we did do it for you. I don't remember where you were, so you're going to have to rewind back. Can you give
Well,
Beatrice
it's quite a ways back, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About the 9th reading.
about the 9th reading from the front?
You are between Siama and Shirley's reading.
Hope you can find that.
What did I do with them?
Yeah, not quite halfway, about halfway.
I was going to read with a specific deck, and I moved them. Oh, there they are. Okay.
So we're at the verge of a new week, so don't forget to watch my show, Goth Tarot, where I look at the shadow issues of our lives, the philosophies, you're welcome, Beatrice, that you can, understand and maybe help you relate to what's going on in your life. In the evenings on Wednesday, on my own personal YouTube channel, Oberon Osiris, I'm also doing night prayers, which are the affirmations, shadow work possibly, that I offer. So let Uncle Obi tuck you in with a night prayer, or just watch Goth Tarot Wednesdays at 8 a.m.
Did Divine Empress Aries leave a question?
Yes, I don't remember. Yes, what do I need to know right now? Or do
Oh,
right now?
okay.
What do I need to do right now?
Got it. I just didn't see it. Sorry.
I know that, Violet. 9 is about halfway.
What do I need to know right now? Got it. Yeah, because I think we only did 18 readings today. It's tougher when we have a birthday reading. Thanks, Violet. do you need to know right now?
Arf, arf. 6 of Swords.
That's a nice card. I always like the Six of Swords. It looks kind of somber, and there are somber undertones to some of this because, depending on the circumstances and situations you're presently in, Divine Empress Aries, it could mean leaving some bad conditions behind and moving on to better times. But let's focus on that. You're moving on to better times. You're moving down to calmer waters of easier life, more tranquil seas. Things may seem to just be flowing more naturally now in your life, and you seem to be able to ride that ebb and flow.
What you need to know is you are moving towards a better horizon, basically.
So why is that important? Just what you want to hear, I think.
The Ace of Cups, because love will be coming.
Because there could be romance. There could be some great joy coming into your life. Something very fulfilling could be happening if you're looking for a job, for example, that could fulfill you. That could be it, but it could also be the start of a new romance.
Where will this lead to?
Well, look at that. You got all upright cards.
Knight of Swords.
It's leading to him. He could be an air sign. He could be somebody who is very intellectual. Smart guy. Very smart. Very astute. He's very objective, though. He's not set in his ways so much. He likes to weigh both sides of things. And he likes to move fast, let me warn you.
Well, he's brave. He may seem brash at times, but I think he's really about, owning what it is about himself. So the thing is that if and when this person wants to declare themselves to you, then it will be clear. They are not going to monkey around. They are really driven, towards expression in that regard. So I think it is moving towards a personality like that. It could also be a sign that maybe once you find you are moving towards something romantic yourself, that you yourself will express those traits. So anyways, we're going to look at the Lenormand now. And bam, you get the stars. The stars, Ari, you get the stars.
Aren't you glad you came today? Look at all these happy cards.
And the bear, strength.
Holy moly.
Feminine strength.
Whoever this is, this is going to be a very empowering relationship for you, and you're going to feel very hopeful about the future. Maybe that's something you haven't been able to feel in some of these relationships you've been talking about, recently. So I think this is positive. There is hope, and you feel really good about yourself more than anything. And, so let's take a look at this again, because it's such a happy reading for you, Divine. I just want to say, since this is seeming to revolve around interpersonal relationship, to me anyway, it looks as though you are moving from the wasteland where things just have not been to your advantage or working out, things you've outgrown, or people maybe that just didn't meet your standards. Suddenly there's a bright new beginning happening. Possible initiation of a new love interest or romance with the knight in shining armor here, who we mentioned earlier.
Because you're moving away from something, and we know that you're trying to move physically, but because you are literally, figuratively kind of moving your orientation, you will move towards the sense of finding love, of a new love beginning, and it does seem like it could be a personality like that. So
I think you'll just be stimulated even just talking to them.
Yeah.
So I hope this works out for you. It looks good. It's looking good. Good luck with that.
Good luck. So that means we are on Violet, and it's An interesting question. Thank you. Yeah, I think that was one of our best readings for you.
Yep. Well, you've had a couple good ones lately, but this one, yeah, as far as love goes, I'd say it's pretty darn good.
I'm going to use the Barbieri Tarot. That colorful, yet a little bit somber or darker themed tarot. I know I used it not too long ago, but I feel drawn to use that. What does your Jaguar power animal want you to know or want to tell you? Well, you are a Queen of Cups. You are a royal person of emotional power and strength. You have incredible compassion, and maybe your Jaguar animal wants you to realize that in certain ways so that you can utilize that healing power to heal yourself more if you need be, but also to heal the others that you work with and for.
So Queen of Cups, eh?
Yes.
Very emotionally, your Jaguar spirit wants you to know that you are on the road to emotional wellness. Maybe you're already there,
Okay.
according to Jaguar spirit. And maybe also Jaguar spirit is here to say, I can help you with that.
There you go. Okay, so why is this important? First, Knight of Cups. So it may be important because you haven't always had a better relationship with your sense of emotionality or people in your sphere, whether it's family relations or other people or even, your interactions in the spirit world. Things have sort of kept you a little disconnected or at times could disconnect you.
Well, I think why this is important this year is because you have had emotional struggles. You've been dealing with emotional ups and downs. And that's what the Knight of Cups, I think, reversed is about. It's a little topsy-turvy in the Knight of Cups world. And that's why this is important, is that you are in the process or have achieved this. And Jaguar Spirit is here to support you in this. And it's important because you can finally leave this situation behind. And so where are things headed?
Yes! The reversed Ten of Wands. A release of burdens, a release of obligations, a feeling like, things are going to finally lighten up for you. Hi, Sunny.
Jaguar Spirit is going to where things are headed, Jaguar Spirit is taking you to a place where, those things in your life, those burdens that you didn't deserve to carry, he's going to make sure, Jaguar's going to make sure you're not carrying them anymore. Or that you're not alone in this struggle, or that you don't have to feel disempowered anymore. That you are strong enough to move past this and let go of the things you don't need and only carry with you the things you value. I love that. Ending.
Yeah, that worked out pretty nicely, eh?
And hold on. It ain't over till it's over. Now, how did I do this? I remember seeing it this way. This is the way I'm going to do it. I might have mixed them up when I moved them.
And child. And the old saying, does a fish need an umbrella? No, it doesn't.
Well, I think it's interesting to me, but this combination, I think, fish is about abundance, but abundance of what? Abundance of growth. Abundance of growth. One step at a time, though. Again, we Aries, we like to skip steps, but you shouldn't do that. Jaguar will probably guide you step by step towards, the abundant future you deserve for yourself. And so it's an abundance of growth awaits you through, where you are with Jaguar Spirit. He wants you to know you are there. You are moving towards now growing in increments. It's all uphill. It's not uphill. It's all up from here. That's what I meant to say.
Jaguar wants you to take as long as you need on your steps to mastery.
Yep. So it's awesome. And maybe, you're doing what you did to connect with Jaguar again, and, the soul retrieval thing is that one big step in this process.
Good.
Looking good, Violet Lotus. Nice reading for you as well. Well, I want to thank everybody. We made it to the end. It's only a half hour.
Is your hair dry?
Guess what? Now it's just the very underneath parts. And again, over here. For some reason, when my hair thickens up, it's really like this side seems to me to be more thick. But I could be wrong. But no, it feels cold and damp to the touch.
So nobody wins the bet. I would have, but it wouldn't have been fair. I know her hair wouldn't have dried by now.
Even when it's short, honestly, I have to have it I would have to have a Travis Kelce cut in order to have it dry fast. So, and I'm not going to do that. All right, everybody. Hey, it's been fun. It's been real for some of you. I hope this advice you received today has served you well. And we'll be back. We'll be back Thursday for more fun. Take care, everybody. Have a great week ahead. And we hope to see you all soon. Bye, Angel Rivera. Thanks for hanging out with us today.
Bye-bye.